Hello and welcome to this video on defining the difference between digital transformation and AI transformation. My name is Lochlainn and I'm the founder of Nexaius. And within today's video, we're going to start off by defining, first of all, what digital transformation is. Secondly, we will look at AI transformation and what that means. And then we will go into the key differences, and there are many, before going into, and finally, a case study or an example of how a bank might go through an AI transformation today, going through the three different stages of starting off by building an AI agent for a specific task, then building AI agent teams, and then thirdly, building an AI agent ecosystem within the organization. So without further ado, let's get started. So let's start off by looking at the evolution of digital transformation. So what actually is digital transformation for a starting point? Well, at its core, it's about fundamentally integrating digital technology into your organization, into all parts of your organization, whether it be your processes, your people, or even your technology capability. It's about reimagining your business to allow you to operate more efficiently and deliver more customer value than you had done before. And when done right, digital transformation can lead to a more agile, innovative, and customer-centric organization. But in the past, since digital transformation became a buzzword in and around 2010, there were three different stages or phases that an organization had to go through before going through a company-wide digital transformation. So let's talk through them. In the early 2000s, we had Digitisation, and this was really about converting paper and manual records into digital formats. So thinking about filing cabinets replaced with spreadsheets and basic databases. So the aim here was simple: replace analog data with digital data for efficiency. Then moving on into the mid-2000s, we entered Digitalisation. And this was really about applying digital tools to existing processes, which led things to be much more faster, cheaper, and more connected in the business. And then finally, in 2010, digital transformation became a buzzword. And this wasn't just about adding technology, it was about reimagining your entire business around digital technology. I think it's safe to say that most organizations have went through the three different phases already, and most organizations have integrated digital technology and allowing themselves to reimagine their way of working and produce more value in their market. And what they have ultimately achieved here is organizational wide efficiency. Now, this allows me to ask a question to all business leaders out there. Is organizational efficiency that you have today going to be enough to survive and compete in the new era of intelligence that we now find ourselves in? And that question got me curious about creating this video and diving deep into the understanding of the value an AI transformation can offer us. So let's take a look at that. So as I said, up until now, digital transformation has allowed us to achieve major efficiency. But the new era of change that we now find ourselves in is allowing us to be smarter in how we approach things. AI transformation can lead to organizational intelligence. And at Nexaius, we define AI transformation as the disciplined, strategic choice of moving from digital capability to organizational intelligence. And what this means for organizations is that it allows them to completely reinvent how they create and deliver value by embedding AI into their core strategy, operations, and culture. So what does this actually mean for your organization? Well, it's a completely new way to use data and algorithms to learn, adapt, and make informed decisions. And there are three different stages that an organization would go through, just like in digital transformation, to go through an AI transformation. Let's take a look at those three different stages. that you could potentially find yourself in right now? Now, it's important to say that a company should go through a digital transformation before considering going through an AI transformation. Unless you're digitally mature, it will be difficult to go through these three different phases. The first one looks at AI experimentation, and this is all about exploring AI through small pilots and finding what actually works for your organization. The second phase is AI adoption, and this is embedding AI and automation into your core workflows and processes across multiple use cases. And then thirdly is AI transformation, and this is all about becoming an AI native organization where intelligence is embedded at every touchpoint across strategy, operations, and culture. It's important for you as a business leader to move through these three different phases of an AI transformation, because where most organizations are going wrong is that they believe that simply bolting on AI to their existing processes is going to lead to transformation, and this just isn't true. A similarity between digital transformation and AI transformation is that you must start off with your core business strategy. You must be able to identify the problems that you want to solve. You must be able to set the vision and the direction of your organization before looking at the technology itself. Generative AI isn't just another enterprise tool. It's a new capability, a new way of working, a new way of thinking, a new way of achieving value. So it must be treated wisely. For organizations to succeed in an AI transformation, leaders must be able to bridge the gap between their business and their technology teams. The business teams will be responsible for setting the vision and the strategy, where the technology teams should be able to then decide if AI is feasible and whether we should build based on where we are going. Bridging that gap between these two different teams is going to be a very, very difficult task for a leader to do, but it's the only way to success. Whether you start off with a single AI agent to manage a single task, or you look towards building an entire AI agent team to manage workflows, the goal or the outcome should always be the same: to achieve real business results through intelligence. Now, I'm aware that I'm going through the definitions, and if you haven't fallen asleep by now, let me talk you through a story of how a bank might go through an AI transformation to bring you up to speed and give you some context towards moving through the three different phases and how you might build AI agents to manage a specific task. This is the story of the journey of RiverBank into the age of AI. So RiverBank was established as a regional bank, proud of its 100-year history. Like many banks, it had already completed its digital transformation journey years ago. Paper ledgers were long gone, and employees used cloud-based CRM systems to track client relationships. Digital tools had made RiverBank efficient. But the CEO, Michael, began to notice something unsettling. Competitors were moving faster, making smarter decisions, and offering personalized products almost instantly. Efficiency wasn't enough anymore. RiverBank needed to think differently. It needed intelligence, not just digital tools. Michael asked his leadership team a proactive question. What if our bank could think, learn, and act on its own? What if our teams could focus on strategy and relationships while intelligent agents handle the repetitive and analytical tasks? And so began RiverBank's AI transformation, guided by a vision to reimagine workflows and evolve toward AI-powered teams. Now, there were three different phases that Michael had to go through. The first phase was standalone AI agents, the small steps to intelligence, where RiverBank started by identifying a few critical workflows that consumed time and slowed customer service. One stood out: the loan application process. Traditionally, an employee reviewed each loan application manually, and it was tedious, and customers often complained about the wait. Instead of trying to automate the whole process at once, RiverBank introduced a standalone AI agent named Lydia. Lydia was designed to handle one discrete task: pre-screening loan applications. Lydia didn't approve or reject loans, she simply helped employees by cutting hours of work down to minutes. Loan officers began to love this AI agent. It made their job so much easier. Moving on to phase 2, AI agent teams, from helpers to workflow orchestrators. After 6 months, the leadership team saw huge benefits. Employees trusted Lydia, and customers were happier. Michael decided it was time for the next step: groups of AI agents working together. The loan department became the pilot for the next phase. Instead of Lydia working alone, RiverBank created an AI agent team. Lydia, who was responsible for the pre-screening applications; Max, an AI risk analyst who learned to evaluate credit risk in real time using historical data and market trends; and Nova, a fraud detection agent who flagged suspicious applications using behavioural patterns. These agents collaborated digitally, passing tasks between one another and learning from feedback. Now, the entire loan process could be completed end-to-end by AI agents, with humans only overseeing and making final approvals. The third phase, AI agentic ecosystem, RiverBank's intelligent future. As confidence grew, RiverBank began its most ambitious move, agentic ecosystem. These were fully autonomous AI teams operating as end-to-end intelligent systems that delivered full business outcomes. Now, an entire branch's operations were supported by AI ecosystems. Customer onboarding ecosystem, which handled everything from compliance to personalized welcome packages, to investment advisory ecosystems, offering clients AI-generated investment strategies in seconds, and the loan approval ecosystem, approved standards loans without human oversight. This was transformational for RiverBank. Employees weren't eliminated, they were redeployed into higher value roles: relationship building, strategy, and innovation. AI handled the heavy lifting. Humans provided vision, empathy, and oversight. RiverBank had reached its North Star goal: an intelligent, AI native organization. So, as you just heard from the story, RiverBank moved through 3 different stages. Stage 1 looked at building a specific AI agent to manage a small task. Stage 2 looked at the collaboration of AI agent teams to manage an entire workflow, while humans oversee the process. And then thirdly, AI agent ecosystem, where there's minimal human within the loop, and AI then becomes autonomous in how it decides and makes their decisions and solves their problems within that specific function of your organization. And the goal here is to become an AI native organization where intelligence really drives your operations. Now, you can probably guess that from now there is a lot of differences when it comes to a digital transformation versus an AI transformation. Of course, the technologies within the two are completely different. The skills and capabilities that you need are different too. And even the data and intelligence is going to be different. But more importantly, the purpose and the outcome between digital transformation and AI transformation are different. Digital transformation, as explained at the beginning, seeks to integrate digital technology into your core processes and workflows to allow you to become more efficient and agile, where AI transformation allows you to integrate AI technology into new products and services to allow you to learn, act, and work autonomously through a new way of unlocking greater value. So, what does this all mean for you and your organization today? Well, for business leaders, the message is clear. Start planning your AI transformation today. Those organizations that will thrive tomorrow are those who are able to combine AI, artificial intelligence, with human creativity to achieve extraordinary results. Now, this type of transformation does not happen overnight. It takes a clear strategy, a clear vision of the future, and a willingness to change and to look at your business and understand and find out how you can deliver new and more value to your customers. And most importantly, it means bringing people along with you and building a culture of experimentation where employees aren't just passive users of the technology, but active participants in shaping it. When you create an environment where AI is seen as a superpower rather than a threat, something incredible happens. It becomes an invisible yet indispensable co-worker, unlocking new opportunities for your organization that you didn't even know was there. But it goes back to my question: are you ready to move from efficiency to intelligence?